Yo, 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 yo. It's time for Real Talk. What's love got to do with it? It's your man, Russ Danger, and we're about to get this boy live today. I want to welcome my wonderful co-host, the beautiful Miss Masako. We got the wonderful Miss Queen, the Queen, and we got Big Note online. What's going on with y'all, man? How y'all feeling today?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm tired that I'm tired that I'm trying to quit cussing because you tried to talk to me about it. I got to pray about that thing, but I'm than a mother sucker today. I mean, I'm tired. You know, I've been running. I told y'all I started doing that little Uber thing, right?
Yeah.
The money is good and
Is it?
it's addictive. I'm like, I ain't gonna say how much I'm making. I'll tell you about it later. But
Okay.
I'm clearing a nice little chunk, and it's like once you get out in there, boy, it'd be like I'm about to end. I'm about to stop driving. And then that last bang, and it'd be like that time when you say you're gonna stop driving, and then you get that last bang, and then that last bang send your ass way the fuck out. Like I didn't went to real shit. I done been to Michigan. I done been to the house. I done been to Indiana. I done been. I don't even remember the other fucking area I went to, but I've been rolling like for real, for real. Your boy been tired though. Hey, Ishy Tishy.
Hi.
What's going on, baby? What's been going on with you this week, Masako? Talk to me, baby.
Ooh, dealing with some family stuff. And yesterday was my brother's birthday. So if you listen, little brother, happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
And just like I said, dealing with family stuff and ripping and running. And I feel you on being tired. And I got that event in 2 weeks. So it's taken now that we're getting closer to that date, it requires a lot of energy.
Is that the date that I'm gonna be down there for?
Yes.
I'm coming down there for 2 days. What's the date? Tell everybody the date.
October 9th and 10th. So that Friday and that Saturday. So
October gonna be a busy month for you.
Yeah, boy. Same here. I didn't even realize that I was traveling and committed myself to another event. Like I have a dinner on the 10th, but then I'm actually speaking like late that night. So I'm like, it's gonna be interesting.
Look, G, I'm tired for October already. Event with y'all, right?
Yeah.
Then I got a 2-day event the following week where my play sister hit me up, and I ain't seen her in like forever. So then we got on like Facebook, and then she got off Facebook, and then she started like Apple calling everybody. Like in 20 minutes, we planned a 2-day event. And I still got to go to work. Like, look, this is the crazy part. I told her I had to go to work. I'm like, look, I got to make it to work the next day. She was like, look, well, why don't you just get up and go to work and then come back? Because we're going to have so much from the night. I'm like, damn, it's going to be a long one. What's going on, Queenie? How you feeling, baby?
I'm feeling real good. It's Libra season, baby.
Oh, we got Libra in the house.
Oh yeah. We're gonna start celebrating next week.
Is it officially Libra or is it still Virgo time?
Oh no, baby, it's over with for you.
No, it's
Libra.
I mean, shit, y'all miss my shit, so I don't give a damn.
No. I wish you happy birthday twice.
Saying, I'm just saying late. That's all. Go ahead.
No, it's a Libra thing.
So what you got planned?
Huh?
What you got planned?
I'm gonna get black girl wasted.
I ain't mad at you, baby. It look
you
like
coming to kick it with us on the 10th?
On the what?
On the 10th.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to get out there.
Okay.
What's going on, Ishy Bishy? What's going on?
What's up, man?
You looking good?
What's it feeling like?
In front of your screen, baby. What the heck is that?
This is my special pillow. Wait a minute. I just got my little setup. He's making fun of it already. Wait a minute.
I'm sitting up here like, what's going on? Like, what's been going on? What's been
all right, I'm gonna fix it in a minute. It's a pillow though.
What's been cracking with you this week?
Man, working, planning, building. Planning. I have land over in Ghana. So we just started doing some work over there, networking, building my brand over there, helping people, growing.
That's what's
Hustle, hustle, hustle. Stay
Always.
focused.
salute to your hustle, baby girl. What's going on, Big Note?
Man, chilling, fam, chilling. Bear down, 3-0. Yeah, it's been a good Sunday. It's been
Look,
a good
G,
Sunday.
I don't even know what to do, G. Like with this record, it's like I don't even want nobody to say the record because it's like I don't
Yeah, because it
Thanks.
ain't gonna last.
do nothing. Like I'm like we like really like, but I
We
don't
so
feel like
close to being 0-3. Shit.
we gotta see where we get like mid through the season. Then we can really start talking about this Bears Nation stuff. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
I'm gonna ride with him. Fuck it. It is what it is.
I'm gonna ride with them too. I ain't gonna say nothing crazy unless it's some, some crazy plays or some, some stuff that's going on. But,
Yeah, I got some knuckleheads that just give it to me all the time about my Bears. So I gotta keep my talk shit level together.
listen,
Them Colts folks just, yeah.
Excuse me?
yeah, I'm not.
I'm talking about you, Psycho. He ain't talking about me because the Green Bay be getting in the Bears' tail. Yeah, I'm a Packer baby, cheesehead.
I'm a Packer fan too, but Eagles come first,
What?
baby. Don't talk no smack about my dirty birds. I
Blasphemy around this joint. It's blasphemy
what's the
around
name?
here.
The Steelers.
I'm not about to argue with nobody whose favorite team is, a crackhead's favorite thing, some cheese. So I
Don't be talking about Green Bay.
Hold on, did he say crackhead? You about to
Said
get
the
your
crackhead's favorite food is the cheese. That's what he said. That's what he said.
Oh no, ain't no crackheads around here.
I ain't gonna.
This is not working, yo.
We just starting the sports season off, so don't get me started. But hey, yo, check it out. We got a good topic today, and I want to know what y'all feeling about. Today's topic is: are you able to give what you want in a relationship? And what I thought about was, I thought about that aspect of am I able to give what I want in a relationship, and also what I'm not, what I don't have, am I willing to gain it or give it? Because to me that's a deep conversation. Because like some things the older you get, you start to if you wise, you begin to acknowledge your pros and your cons. You begin to look at yourself in a different way. And when it comes to a relationship, I don't know if I'm ready to give up certain things about myself to appease a relationship with someone else. What you think about that, Big Note?
Yeah, man, it's. I mean, we gotta, it's a compromise. It's a compromise. But what I'm finding out now is that as I've gotten older, the things that I won't tolerate or that I can't deal with, I've always not been able to deal with that. But I tried to deal with it for the sake of a relationship, and it don't work. It's not healthy. So yeah, I'm like, I feel what you're saying when it's like there's certain things that I don't know if I'm gonna be able to give up for the sake of, a relationship. But I don't know. The only thing really that they could probably, you can't ask me to stop smoking my because that's not gonna happen. I need this in my life to deal with your ass. So I can't get this up.
This nigga say he got to smoke to deal with him.
Got to, man. Got to.
Wow, that's like, but you know what? I get it. I'm not gonna sit up here in front and say I don't get that. Because I guess let's look at smoking as an example. Okay, smoking ganja. I'm gonna stick with ganja. I don't want to talk about cigarettes or anything else. I'm talking about those that indulge in smoking. If you are personally fine with smoking and you can afford to smoke, because I ain't talking about a brother that's out or a sister that's out here spending their last dollar to try to and get, try to go get a little chief on. No, if you are of consensual age and you do it in where you ain't bothering nobody and it's your own personal thing, I don't think that another person has the right to because they don't do it to tell you not to do it. Now they can now this is the difference. I feel that they have the right to warn me of harm that may come to me, or you know what I'm saying, or something like that, if they care about me. You know what I mean? But to be in a situation where somebody is telling me to, well, you can't drink no more. I can't deal with somebody that drinks, or I can't deal with somebody that smokes or something like that. I'm like, well, baby, I ain't the one for you, because after a long, I need me a nice brew. I need what I need, and that's just me. And
I can be honest. In the beginning, I wasn't always like that, because I ran into a few females that didn't like the fact that I smoked. I just stopped smoking cigarettes really since I moved home. But at the end of the day, like you said, yeah, you got all the right you want to express your feelings, how you feel about it, and this, that, and the third. And I got just as much to tell you to go the entire fuck to hell. Have a nice life. It is what it is. But it's the same way. If I tell you something that you're dead set on, that's who you are, then I gotta suck it up if you don't want to be with me, because I can't, because that's something you're gonna give up. If I expect it, I gotta be able to give it too. So I could dig that, but I'm at an age now where I pretty much know what I can and can't deal with.
Ishtar.
Yes, sir.
What do you feel about that?
About what, compromise or giving up stuff in a relationship?
Well, how do you feel about you personally having to either give something up to be in a relationship, or somebody requiring you to do something that you already do that you don't have a problem with, but they want to give their 2 cents? That's the best way I can put it without, dissing somebody right now.
Well, they're entitled to the way they think. And I'm also entitled to take it or leave it. I've been through that where I tried to change, and I did change everything about myself for somebody else. And I wound up sicker and worse off in a situation. So, and what I will do is I will compromise with you. It has to make sense to me. So I have to look at the bigger picture. If what they're asking me to do is going to be for the benefit of our relationship as a whole, if what they're doing or what they're asking me to do is to control me, and that's not going to happen. So it all depends on the context, but I'm not against working with somebody. I'm very mutable, but I'm also very firm in my stance. So if I'm not feeling it, if it doesn't make sense to me, then I'm not going to stop doing it. If it's not harming that person or myself, I don't see the problem with it. But if it is something that's harmful, like I said, it has the context. What's the intent? Is it going to benefit or what? If it's some BS, nope.
What do you feel about it, Seiko?
I'm not going to stop being who I am. Ishtar made the comment about how she changed at one point in time. She changed everything about herself for a relationship. The last, I guess, engagement that I had was going for me to go completely against who I already was to satisfy this other person's needs and what they needed in a relationship. And then when I decided that I couldn't do that and still be true to who I am, I knew it was time for me to leave that relationship. Those are your needs, your wants, your requirements. I have my needs, my wants, my requirements. If they don't mesh up, if our journey is not aligned, peace be unto you. What am I supposed to do?
See, you just hit it on the head for me. Like if it doesn't align with me, for me to go do something to make somebody feel a particular type of way about me, that's a problem for me in the beginning. Because if you feel a particular way about me, that's the way you feel about me. Whether it be that I smoke or I drink or whatever, if you feel the way that you feel, and you are entitled to feel exactly how you feel, no one can tell you how to feel. But when it comes down to my everyday living, my everyday struggle, my everyday, what makes me happy, I cannot give of myself more than I'm willing to give. Talk to me, Queen. What do you think about it? Queenie, are you there?
Well, I can only give you. Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. You sort of freezing up a little bit though. I don't see your picture. Well, I see your picture, but you're frozen. But go ahead.
Uh-oh. Did we lose her?
I think we may have.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Are we there?
Hear you now.
Mhm.
No, I'm still here. What's going on?
I hear you. We hear you. We hear you.
Okay, no, for me, I can. It's a
She's
lot.
going out. There she is.
Okay. I need check your settings. Make sure that you don't have too much open on your computer.
Well, what I'm saying is,
Yeah, because you're freezing up on the you're freezing up real bad. Okay, so let me get to this question, and I want to dig and get we get a little personal on the show. Big note. Outside of the smoking, what is it that somebody could ask of you that you are not willing to do, give? What are your limitations personally?
Bro, you really want to know the truth? I don't. That's pretty much it. Like, a lot of my shit is pretty much probably superficial type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like the things that I'm avid about, sports, smoking. You know what I'm saying? Anything else that I'm avid about. Like if she tried to tell me if they, the radio station, let's use that. If I'm in a relationship and she tells me that she doesn't feel comfortable with me trying to survive off the radio station, that I need to go get a job. Now, there's two things that I'm gonna think about in this situation. One, are we behind in any bills? Because as long as our bills are still getting paid,
Right.
I kind of said at the last show, money is just, I don't, if I got enough to take care of my everyday living, I'm cool. So if she was like, I think you need to stop that radio show and go get a job, that might be a problem for me. Depending on that situation and where we at. Because I firmly believe this is going to be my bread and butter. It's going to jump off and it's going to do everything. And if you can't support me in that, then that's going to be a hard cookie for me to bite at this point with all I done put into doing it. So other than that, I don't really, because I don't do much. I don't go out to clubs, so I don't, it would have to be something that I do that irritates her that she would have to bring to my attention, because for me, I do like maybe taking my clothes off in the door and not picking my shit up or some shit like that, or because I'm good at shit coming in the door, used to living by myself. I was used to coming in the door, taking my shit off, and if I wanted to sit there, it could sit there. So it would just depend. It would really depend, because I'm not a very, I don't know how to explain it, but yeah, it's not much that you couldn't probably, I would have to really, nothing that I can think of, because if you ask me, I'm fucking perfect. So, how could you have a problem with me? What the fuck is wrong with you? Nah.
Check this out. I'm gonna ask, now it's a similar question, but it's a different question. So I want you to really listen to what I'm about to ask you. Now, to me, you just explained the situation of a situation of if you met somebody new and what you were not willing to change, right?
Right.
Okay. What if you were in a relationship with a woman for a long time and she came to you one day and said, yo, I've been following you with this music dream or the radio's dream for like 3 years, and I don't see the benefits of it. I think you should change. Would that have a different aspect on how you would look at it, or would you still have the same impression?
That would probably have a different. It would probably change it a tad bit because if you'd have been there with me, you know, how I feel about it. And what I would do is, if it was, like I said, basically it's trying to, if you're coming to me because it's for the betterment of the family and our relationship, I can compromise because I just say, fuck it, you know what? Okay, I'll go get a job from 8 to 5. But when I get off that motherfucker at 5 o'clock, it's what the fuck I do, and that's my radio. If we can't come to a compromise on it like that, then I don't know what to do. I just really wouldn't know what to say. But that's what I would do. I'm not gonna turn it loose. I've worked too hard on it. But I will make some adjustments in a situation like that because you have rolled it out with me, you have supported me, and being real and looking at it, it ain't producing much right now, so I can understand. So, okay, yeah, I'll go get a job, but know the job is temporary. See, all this is gonna have to be understood because when this shit get ready to pop, this is what I live for. I live to be able to not have to get up and go punch that motherfucking clock. That's why I do this. I want to be able, but and also in saying that, I don't need a surplus. I just need mine. Let me be able to take care of my bills, go when I want to go, and I'm pretty much cool. I don't need fashions and tags, and because I could dress like this all day, every day. A fitted, a t-shirt, a hoodie, and jeans and boots in the winter. So yeah, I'm pretty simple.
I think we got the queen back. Queenie. What, there she is. There she is. She moving in everything. She in actual live motion now. Okay. Come back with the question that I asked you earlier. So do you remember the question?
Reiterate.
Okay. Today's topic, for those that have just joined the show, I just want to bring everybody up to speed so everybody can be on the same page. Okay. Today's topic is, what are you able to give up? Are you able to give up what you want in a relationship? So my question was to the panel was, in a relationship, what is it, or what does that mean to you personally? First of all, let me find out what that means to you personally.
But to be in a relationship?
Well, no, for somebody to want you to give up something, because that's what we're talking about. Somebody wanting you to change something about yourself in benefit of the relationship. Do you feel that a person has a right to come to you and tell you that?
Yeah, you have a right to come to me and say that, but you're going to accept me for who I am. And you're going to figure out whether you like, if you can't deal with my little quirks and it's too much for you, it's a deal breaker, then maybe we don't need to be together. Because I'm not going to, I mean, like you all were saying when you was talking about smoking, if I was dating someone and I said, oh, I don't want you smoking, I don't want you drinking. Well, put it like this. Let's say I tell them I don't want them smoking, but I drink. Then they ask me to stop drinking and I got a problem with that. So I'm not going to ask you to change who you are. I'm going to accept you for who you are, because you're not going to be perfect for me. Nobody's perfect. So if they're looking for that perfect person, they can keep moving. I'm not that perfect person.
Okay. So the second half of the question is to give a personal example of either something that you've had to change, or a situation, you know, that you've been in a situation like that, or, you know, give me some type of a life experience where this reflects and picks up in your life.
Well, I've only had one person basically ask me to change who I was hanging around with. Not necessarily changing me, but the company that I kept. They didn't care too much for a friend of mine. And that friend has been with me since we was riding big wheels, so to speak. And later on down the line, I found out that individual tried to holler at their friend. So, you know, I guess to throw a monkey wrench in the fan, wanted to isolate me from my friends type of thing. And I wasn't having that because I had a life too. And to me, that was a control mechanism he was trying to use. And no, I'm not gonna do that. That's not where we're going.
Ishtar, give me a personal example of someone wanting something from you or something that you wanted from because guess what, because I don't want this to be a conversation where we just like somebody want us to do something. Has there ever been a, because I want us to think along the lines of things that we've asked of people as well. You feel what I'm saying? Is there any situation that you can think of where you have asked something that might be a little bit considered to be a little bit difficult for the other person to deal with? Or have you been on the other side of the stick if somebody asked you, to live your life in a particular type of way that you didn't, or, that you didn't see with?
Both.
So,
I've asked, one of the major things that I've asked men is something simple. Be honest. Don't lie. But that's across the board. One of the things that I did when I was unconscious was I had a problem with my man at that time, many, many, many moons ago, having female friends. Because I didn't trust the female and I didn't trust him. But I didn't see that then. So we got into arguments about that. I've also been asked to change my friends, and some of them, not all of them, because what my ex at that time would point out is that you're around a bunch of users. You run to about a lot of takers. So for me, mine was jealousy. He was a young girl mindset, asking him about female friends. I'm not that way anymore. We got into arguments. I've been asked to get rid of certain people that were using me. Also, not to be as involved because they felt threatened by me being active and social. That's something I can't help. I'm a natural networker. But they asked me to stop that. I even slowed down doing that for them because they felt insecure. So for me, I've dealt with a lot of insecurities from other people, as well as playing out my own insecurities. And that was way in the past. That to me was a waste of fucking energy. It happened.
somebody trying to ask you to change something right now.
That was one of my alarms, but yeah, so I mean, I stay open and free, like fluid how I am right now. I'm very flexible, but at the same time, I'm firm in my stance. Back then, still flexible, but insecure because I felt that in some way I had to control the situation because I didn't trust their free will. So I tried to control the reins by asking that. And it was mainly that, or be honest was the main one. Just be honest and just be honest. Speak your truth. That still is something common for me to ask from all people I deal with, males or females. If you can't stand in front of me and be transparent, as I'm being transparent with you, we're not going to work. I don't have the time nor the energy to pour into you if you're not willing to do that for me, to open yourself up. We don't have nothing to talk about. Back then, I would argue with it. That's wasted time and energy. So for me, my demands, I feel now, were stupid. Looking at it now, at that time, it wasn't. But now it is. As I look at things that I was asked to do, some of it was stupid, some of it wasn't. And when I say stupid, I'm not saying this in a way to disrespect anybody and how they feel, because we're all entitled to that. But the one thing that got me to really look at it in a different way is that, look, this is that person's truth. They're viewing it that way for whatever reason that went on in their past. A lot of times we have a tendency to pull our past and project it into our future, our present. So what I found was a consistent thing that I've been asked has been about friendships, has been about, I don't trust other males, getting jealous over other males trying to talk to me or look at me. being jealous of the fact that I'm active and I'm social. I'm just not a sit around type of person. I'm out there in the forefront type of person. And some males couldn't deal with that. So also my mouth. Because I'll go toe to toe with you, baby. Oh yeah. But see, that was back then. That's like young girl shit. Get. No, I talk with a reason now, son. You know, but back then it was yeah. We go back and forth, debating parts. Get. There's a whole bunch of hot ass air. My mouth, I will shut you the fuck up if you're talking that bullshit. The difference now, I speak from a place of truth in the conversation with them. So if they come, they have a question about something, they know right now that they can talk to me about that. Back then, they probably felt and saw it. Oh, that's a trigger. So my mouth, my friends, for me, females, with other males at that time, and honesty. Oh, communication. So back then, reflection here, this is what I want to say to people. The reason why I keep saying back then and now is because it's two totally different perceptions. We're different people, which require different things. So sometimes you can get in a relationship with somebody and they may have certain requirements because of their lifestyle. I like the word alignment. That's what I use a lot. If it's not in alignment, then it's not going to work. But those have been the things. My mouth, socialization, networking. For me, other females, honesty, and communication.
Maseko, you've been looking like you've been holding your mule a little bit today. You look beautiful today. Let me just tell you, you look beautiful with your garb on.
Yes, you look nice.
You look very, very village. Just make me want to go.
Thank you.
And eat some stuff out the village. Come on, talk to me. How you feeling today?
I feel good. A little warm, you know, but I feel good. Was because as we have all come to know each other and talk, you all know that not in addition to also leading an alternative lifestyle, but just in my everyday lifestyle, I am a dominant person. And I literally was in a relationship where this person asked me to completely not be who I am. And I was engaged, about to person home to my mother. My mother met him, went in the back room. She just met him like 5 minutes ago. Went in the back room and told my father, and she was like, nah, that ain't gonna last. That was too controlling. He think he gonna run her and she gonna dog walk him. That ain't gonna last. So I think one of the things that I always kept saying was, take me as I am. You know, this is who I am. You know, you have to accept me as who I am. You can't change me. This is who I am. This is who I am. This is who I am. And you have to accept me for who I am, or otherwise, why were you with me? And I think one of the beautiful things that I took away from that relationship is when he said to me, so since you've got it so ingrained in your mind that this is just who I am, does that mean you can't grow? Does that mean you can't expand? You can't become an even better version of yourself? So I no longer say to people, take me for who I am. Because that's one of those things that's fluid, that can change, because I'm always working on and bettering myself and empowering myself. But at the same time, yeah, we had that whole give and take. He wanted me to be a more docile person, and I wanted him to, in nice words, shut up and leave me alone and let me just be who I was, instead of trying to recreate me into the person that he wanted me to be.
I see we got a couple comments. Can you read some of those comments for me, sweetheart?
Yes. So first of all, I want to say hello to Wendy, Shantae, Molly, because we know Molly's going to call in now because Molly's here. So Wendy, Shantae, Molly, Kim, Maria, Juanica. Oh, that's a beautiful name. Miss Palmer, because I'm gonna have to actually talk to Miss Palmer so I can actually figure out how to say her name.
You
Like, and not mess it up.
Hold on. You know what's so hold on.
Hmm?
You know what's funny about that? I have heard you say somebody else's name in this the same way. It's Keon. It's
Oh,
Keon.
is
It's Keon.
it? Oh, see, that's why you have to tell me these things, because if I don't have an audible clue, because I grew up with my name being messed up, I don't like messing up nobody else's name.
You all good. You all good. Go
Okay,
ahead.
so I'm just gonna read these comments real quick. Huh?
I said, go ahead and read the comments.
Okay, so Kim first, she says hello. And then she says, on this subject, I am not so sure anymore. My faith in men has been destroyed badly by the black man. Juanica says, I love this. Thank you, Kim. Kim said, I am beautiful. Keon says, I am able to give what I want in any relationship, but it seems that I never receive what I give. I can understand that one. Oh, and so then our very own queen asked Miss Keon, what are some of the things you give and not receive in return? And we would ask you to speak on it. And Molly, I see you lurking in the background. I see your little fingers going, so I get them little dots, so I know you tuning in. So I'm just waiting, because we know Molly gonna give it to us.
I want to give a shout out to Juanica. Juanica tuned in last week for the first time, and she was like, she sent me an inbox. She was like, I love the show, and I was like, what show was it? And she tuned in to last week's show. So big shout out to Juanica. Beautiful lady.
Welcome, Juanica.
Okay. Now we about to get in. I can't hear you. Note you got yourself muted. No, you muted.
I got a question real quick for everybody, because it was something I noticed. Like, and even I was this way at first. We all kind of in that point where we like take me for who I am and just who. Are there levels to that though?
Yes.
I think there
Absolutely.
are, because on some levels, and this is one thing that I can say about myself. I know my good points and I know my bad points. I know where I need to improve. I know where I'm sort of I'm sort of straight at. You feel what I'm saying? And that goes the same way with the relationship. It's like, and certain things that I'm not willing to give up does not mean that I am correct. And about it, it's just about where I am personally. It's about it's about what I can give or take personally in a journey, and I think that varies for different people. What's apples for me can be grapes for you. You know what I'm saying? It could, you know what I mean? It could be a completely different makeup, and it can float just perfectly in your work.
I was just curious, because like there are things that, like you were saying, I know where I'm at right now. I know some of the things I need to work on, and this, that, and the third. So it's like, I guess also for me, it's going to depend on where we are in that relationship. Because if my end game has a lot to do with how I'm going to react and do things in a relationship. And because my end game is marriage, I don't choose to want to stick around to no shit that I know I can't tolerate, that I can't even wait on you to try to fix if you wanted to. Let's just, let's just keep it on. I got some more fish to fry. I want to get married. I only want to do it once, and I don't want to really waste my time trying to change you and to something you've been for your whole life. You know how hard work that's gonna be to try to change somebody that's been doing something their whole life. At 48 years old, you trying to detox my brain of 48 years of the shit I've been doing. We ain't gonna never get along. Just ain't gonna.
You know what came across for me? It's like, okay, at the age that I'm at now, I am the way I am due to what I have been through and the life that I have already lived. So my cutoffs don't necessarily have to be my brother's cutoffs or my sister's cutoffs. You feel what I mean? Because it may not affect them in the same way. You feel what I mean? Like with me right now, I'm at a point where I'm an open book. You can ask me something and I will be fucking honest with you. And what I've learned in my honesty is that most people in the world are not ready for somebody to just tell them the truth. And I don't know if that's because they so used to playing games themselves, or they so used to having games played on them. You know what I mean? That it's a new experience for somebody to just be like, yo, Blase Skippy, this is what I'm feeling. This is what I'm thinking. You know, as opposed to it being like, no, it got to be something else. You got to, like, that's the thing for me. If I'm telling you the truth,
Trying to make me lie to you.
that's how I feel about it. It's like,
Yeah.
if I'm telling you the truth, my tolerance for the conversation goes out the door, because it's like, once I told you, what else do you want me to tell you?
Well, see, that could be because it's rare for them to encounter that.
I agree.
Yeah, that's true.
I agree.
Most
But
people,
you got 30 seconds to get that shit through your skin
but you
before
think
we be
about
in
it.
a whole heated argument.
But you think about it. No, when you meet a person, you don't meet that true person. They putting on a whole facade. They got a
I'm a
whole
representative.
Yeah, some motherfuckers good at putting that motherfucker on for 3, 4, 5, 6 motherfucking years. Fuck them.
Uh-huh.
Longer than that sometimes.
Man,
Okay,
real
but
shit.
I would like to interject that not some of us have reached an age and have been through enough stuff.
Yeah.
I'm trying to clean up my language. I'm like Rush. I'm trying to clean it up.
You ain't clean nothing.
That we don't do that anymore. Because I can tell you, anyone who meets me, they can look at my picture online, and then they can come and they can talk to me. Now, my picture online may have a little bit more color than when you meet me at home or when you meet me on the street and I'm out running my daughter. But I have made it a point. The same persona that you get at day one is going to continue to be the same persona. And again, that comes from the things that I have done, the things that I have been through, the things that I have learned. Because Rush will tell you, our first encounter with one another was not oh, I really love your post. Our first encounter was, what you said is bullshit. This is the correct, that you can have the Webster's definition, but this is what it really is. This is from someone who lives it, and this is what it is. And that's the same kind of relationship that we have to this day. There are those of us who have been like, you know what? I have been through enough stuff. You're not going to get my representative. You're going to get me raw, uncut up front.
Well,
Who I am when you talk to me is who I'm going to continue to be.
That's your representative, though. You're being you.
It's not my representative. Huh?
Representative is
But that's not my representative.
I didn't hear that.
What'd you say, Ishtar? We didn't hear you. I'm sorry.
No, I was reiterating what you said. No, the representative is not the person, the company. It is represent the company. The owner needs to show up. That's all.
Yeah, no. Yeah. And that's what it is with me. With me, you get me. Now, unless we talking about, I'm going in for a job interview. Yep. But then even with the job interview, I'm gonna clean up my language. But like one of the last 2 companies that I worked for was a construction company. And I went in there and he was just like, you do realize this is a construction company. I said, you do realize I'm a Black woman and I've been through hell. Ain't nothing that can go on here that I have not been through or seen. And don't none of them up in here scare me. He said you're hired. But that's who I am at any given point in time.
See, I think, and again, I have to stop myself and think about the age that I'm at now and what I'm willing to put up with, deal with, as to what I was willing to put up when I was 20 or even when I was 30. At 40, it's like, yo, okay, I'll give you a prime example. When you're 20, you'll meet a chick, pass numbers and sit on the phone and shoot the shit about a bunch of bullshit, go out on a date, ain't talked about shit, but you're just trying to get some pussy. You're trying to get intimate. You feel what I'm saying? 30, you sort of switch it up a little bit. You're trying to date. When you get 40 and you in the dating arena, it's like, I ain't okay. This is who I am, because guess what? Because now I'm at a point where I got to get up and go to work tomorrow. I got to do everything that I need to do and maintain my lifestyle. So if you're going to become a part of my lifestyle, you need to understand that this is what is going on. I like you, blase Skippy. I don't have no time for prove it to me. I'm proving it right now by telling you I like you. You feel what I'm saying? Like, for me, that's proving it for me. Like, I don't have to, I understand, whining and dining and doing all the stuff to make it, a woman feel like a woman and, stuff like that. I'm not knocking none of that. I'm not saying that I won't do none of that. But what I'm saying is my initial thing ain't to take you out and wine and dine you. No. I'd much rather go to a park and sit down and have a conversation with you, or go to a restaurant and look you dead in your face and figure out what the conversation is like, first off. Because if the conversation is not there, number one, because I have met too many women that are beautiful, but the second that they open their mouth, it's just like,
Thank you, women.
And you have, then I ask myself that quick question: is this something that I could deal with, like on a long term basis? And it's driving me crazy within the first 5 minutes. So it's like, I think I'm at that age where I can see you, be attracted to you, and turned off by you within 5 minutes. But when I was 20, I'd see you, be attracted, you could piss me off, disrespect me, and I'd still just want to hit it. And that would be my driving force. I want, oh, she fine. I just gotta no.
Want to tap that ass.
45, I look at 45, I look at you and be like, oh, she's beautiful. Have a conversation with you. Like, whoa, what is the quickest exit? And then, and this now let's pass okay, we get into a conversation. The conversation is good. Now it's about, do your words back up the person? Like when we talk about this representative stuff, do your words back up everything that you then threw out here? Like,
do your actions back up the shit you talk?
Exactly. Now, after we get past that point, it's time for a real conversation for me. It's like, look, especially if we didn't already, pass that third realm of having sex. If the sex is good and I think that you cool and you ain't, and then that's the crazy part for me. I'm finding out a lot of people that I've met, they pass that first stage, and then that hitting, like, I think women are better at hiding who they are than men are. Men can slip up and, we could tell you something in 1 week, you can sort of figure us out. A woman is a lot more difficult to understand, figure out, all of that. You know what I'm saying? And they can hide stuff way better, in my opinion, and this is just Rush's opinion. Women can hide stuff so much better than a man can. And when it comes out, the man is usually sitting there like, what in the hell just happened? Like when a man acts crazy on a woman, like, I knew you, and y'all be ready for it. But when a woman acts crazy on a man, they have already passed a certain stage that man has already been looking out for crazy stuff, but then you just dodged and dipped and dodged, And then when that one incident happens and that man finds out you crazy, it's like, I've had people be like, well, why you with her? Nigga, I didn't know. I did not know this. This is something that I did not know. If I'd have known this, I never would have got in it.
We've had that conversation.
Like the same way I just got through saying a few minutes ago, the same way I be attracted to you. And then a second, like in a conversation and find out that I don't want to deal with you. It's the same way that I look at you and how you interact with me. So if you interacting good with me, I'm like, yo, we good. And, you know, but that's the issue. Most relationships are never tried until you have that first real disagreement. And that's when you really sort of find out who you with, you know, and they used to say that about friends, you know, like you don't know who your friends are until you had a falling out with them.
Hell, you can find out who your friends are when you run out of gas. Shit, call one of them and they don't show up.
But you know what?
That's the falling out. You can feel it.
I'm gonna agree to disagree with you though, Russ. I'm gonna agree to disagree for one reason. For one, I could never admit that a woman is better than me at any motherfucking thing.
Oh, God.
Fuck that. No woman better than me at nothing. I just can't admit to that. But the reason I say that is because I don't think that it's necessarily that they better at hiding shit. We don't pay attention to a lot of shit. Women will put shit right in our face, and I know because I done been the dummy that didn't seen it. We'll put it right in our motherfucking face, and we would not even acknowledge it, just ignore it. Like, oh, she tripping, she this, she that, woo. All the while, she is showing us and preparing us that, nigga, you gonna keep playing with me, and you're gonna see that side that we never thought was even there. They just set us up for that shit because we don't pay attention. They jump out the fucking shower soaking wet with a towel on.
Okay.
We distracted off top and forgot about the whole fucking argument.
Hold on 1 second.
Sucking this shit in.
I gotta say something to him.
You forgot the whole argument.
Only question, because like, and I want y'all to understand, because any of y'all will catch this at any given time when y'all speaking. I'm listening to what y'all saying, but I got a question to that. Is that a woman that you sort of grew feelings for, or is that a woman that you went seeking? Because I think it's a major difference.
Mm-hmm.
You feel what I'm saying? Because when you're seeking something, you looking.
Mm-hmm.
When you just doing something and you just meet somebody, you just meet them. It's just something that just sort of happens.
And I can dig what you said.
So I'm asking, is there a difference in recognizing something in somebody from the perspective?
For me now it is.
See, that's
for me now it is.
Now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. See, prior to when that's what I say back in that time. That's why I say I agree to disagree. Because you absolutely right. Back when I was 20, 30, man, what my woman would tell me would go right in one ear and right through one ear and right at the other one until she put her foot upside my head. And now I gotta wake up and see what the hell really going on. Like, whoa, wait a minute. But you've been showing me these glimpses of crazy, but I just be blowing it off. Because that's what we as men tend to do. We blow shit off a lot. Because I know for me, I'm not a confrontational person. I hate to argue. I hate all that. So, but what I found over time is that don't work for me too well. They get shoes through at me, books through it. Because now I don't wear it very well on my face either. If I'm not listening, you know it. Because it's all over my face. Like, and you just get more and more frustrated because you looking at me like, this nigga ain't even paying me no attention. Boom. Oh, what the hell going on?
Seiko, I saw Seiko something to say. I wanted to catch up right quick. Seiko, what was on your mind? Because you was giving me. I know your hand. I know the hand now. Like we've been on the air long enough. When you start doing this, I'll be like, she got something to say. So what's up?
When you were talking about seeking as opposed to just organically coming upon someone, because when you are seeking, you tend, because you're just like, this is that person that I have been seeking. So because that is what you were seeking, you ignore so much. And a lot of times you get people like me who will tell you up front, this ain't what you want. If you think you about to come over here and act a fool, or you think you about to ignore me, or if you think that, you know, this is just what I'm going to tell you is going in one ear and out the other ear, because you're not really tuned into what I'm trying to tell you. I'm not going to sit up here and try to tell you nothing wrong. And if I am telling you something, it is either for the betterment of you, for the betterment of, or for the betterment of, you know, our situation. So if you cannot hear me, because trust me when I tell you, when men first talk to you, they'll be like, oh, you one of them crazy females, aren't you? Yep. I ain't gonna lie to you. Yep.
Yeah, you got them lean.
Hear me when I tell you. Hear me when I tell you. Because I got an ex-husband who will tell you that one got a deadly aim. Because that was when I was young. And in my, you know, in my 20s and 30s, there's some stuff that I will probably never admit to that went on between he and I. I'd probably be in a whole lot of trouble legally. But no, but I told him from the get-go, you knew where I came from. You knew who I was. You met me at a boxing gym. So doing kickboxing. So you knew from the get-go. I had no issues with being physical with you. Stupid. Anyway, so Miss Keong says, let me put my glasses on.
Didn't pay attention.
Miss Keong says, I think that's when we were talking about, we were asking her to speak on it. Was Kim's, when she was saying, I'm able to give what I want in any relationship, but it seems that I never receive what I want. So then Kim was asking her to speak on it specifically. And so Miss Keong says, people being accepting of me being me. People listening to me when I'm speaking, because I don't talk much, but when I do, it's meaning behind it. And I feel her on that because, again, if I'm telling you it's for the betterment of you, or it's for the betterment of us, or it's for the betterment of the family altogether. So I feel her on that.
That leads me to a conversation that I had with a young lady. She was having an issue within her relationship, and she was speaking to her guy, telling him what it is that she needed from that relationship or from him. And it was to the point that he just wasn't listening to her. And she was so frustrated in regards to what, and I kept telling her, and she's not the type of person that will sit down and hold a conversation. She'll say what she got to say and she's done with it. But his actions, he wasn't moving in the direction of, like, he even paid attention to what she was saying. And then she decided, okay, it's over with. And now he's hurting. And I'm like, you got to communicate this situation. You got to talk. And she's like, hell no, I ain't talking to him, because I tried to tell him so many times, but he wasn't paying attention. And that brings me back to Note, when he said, when the woman's talking, he ain't paying no attention to her. But when she blows up, now you like, what the hell? Where did this come from? And she been told you a long time ago what she needed. So when we talking to y'all, it's not, we're not that teacher off of Charlie Brown, that want stuff. Listen, it's a reason that we're telling you stuff.
I'm hard-headed. Fuck it, dude. I don't give a damn. If I don't feel like listening to your ass, I ain't gotta listen to you. Wait till I feel like listening to start talking.
No, but you might be married if you listen.
That's
No, don't let him listen. Don't let him listen. And when he get that right hook of fellowship, because he wasn't listening.
But if I tell you I don't want to hear this shit, and you want to keep talking, that's on you. I just said
No, because what happens is You've decided I don't want to hear this shit, so you're tuning out what she is trying to communicate to you in that what she has deemed an important point.
That's
And
that
at an
truth
important
y'all
time.
don't like.
Now, okay,
I
you're
don't
watching
wanna
the
hear
game.
it.
You're watching the game, so you don't want to hear.
It ain't even gotta
Okay.
be about watching the game.
No.
It can be anything. I don't want to hear. Why are you still talking to me?
This is where you have the problem.
Right hook of fellowship, boo boo.
Hold on. This is where you have the problem, though. If I come to you and I'm gonna be Keon, and she rarely talks, and she starts to talk to you, you shut her down. Now you're forcing her to go somewhere else to express whatever it is that she's expressing. It's a possibility that some man on the other side is willing to listen to her. Now she's getting that attention that she's craving and asking you for, but you're forcing her because you're shutting her down elsewhere. That's the same way we do y'all. If y'all got something y'all
I didn't say we couldn't talk about it later. I just said I don't want to hear it right now.
okay, but see, that's the
Oh,
thing.
so you
Dictate. Nope.
Y'all ego. Y'all just gotta be right. I gotta say what I want to say. Fuck your feelings. That's the shit I'm talking about.
Oh, but see,
want
if
me
you
to
telling me,
respect, if I'm saying, hey, look, man, I really don't want to talk about, because I don't like to argue. Can we just talk about this later? I don't understand what's so difficult about that with y'all.
okay, well, I mean, if it's not an argument, if it's not an argument. Now, true, we might get heated when we're trying to tell you something, you go off left on us and we, go that way too. But if she comes to communicate with you, I suggest and advise you listen, because most of the time, we as women, we hold our feelings in a lot. We'll tell our girlfriends all kind of stuff. But when it comes to that man, we try to show you more so than tell you. If it comes to a point of us telling you, it's a problem. It's a real problem with us. And we done talked about 50,000 people before we came to you to tell you. But if you shut us down, that's where you're going to really have a problem.
But you're already with the 50,000 people. What do you need to come to me for now?
You're the reason. We need to talk to you.
You should talk to me before you went to talk to them anyway.
Well, I mean, I'm just telling you, some women get advice, just got to vent. We got to vent.
Okay, hold on. Let me hear from Ishtar. I want to hear from Ishtar. I want to hear what you got to say. You listening to communication, and I'm
communication.
And you know that I watch I watch our faces all the time. I'm really, that's one of the main things that I do when we're on it. I'm really just watching us. So, and I could notice that during that last little break, like you were like the same look that you got right now.
I'm listening.
Yeah, like you was listening. So what is your thoughts listening to what the differences are between what Note is on one side of the angle saying, and on the other side you have Maseko and Queen saying something else? What are your feelings? And then I'm gonna come in and say what I feel.
Okay, well, Note, point blank, you're wrong. All right, I mean say it like that, but for not listening, no, that's not right. That's not right, King. That's not right. I see Queen's point as far as if you tune us out, that's a horrible, horrible thing, man. Because we'll come and we'll come and we'll come. Especially, we love you. We're gonna come. And try to tell you, show you, express it to you the best way that we can. But if you shut us down, that's like saying you don't want us. It's saying you don't want us, you don't care what we have to say. And so that energy, remember, energy does not die. It only transmutes itself. So that energy that's bouncing off of you or whoever that man is that doesn't want to listen, that's going to do a boomerang to the next one. Now, who's that going to be? The person may want to hear her. The person that really may care about what her thoughts and feelings are. And to go a little bit further, go back about that seek for you. What I think about seeking is you go inside the person. Search for them. Search for me. Me, you ain't gonna see right here. This is a representation of the earth. Search for me. But you can't do that if you're not hearing me. You can't do that if you're not hearing me. You can't do that if you're not hearing me. You feel me? I'm pointing to these places for a reason. Your solar plexus, your mind, that gut feeling. You're not hearing me, that's gonna hurt. That's the wound space. We carry that stuff in us. You're not hearing me, our heart. You're not hearing us, man, that hurts. You're not hearing us what we think. When we speak, there's a song, our voice, our spirit. You're not hearing me. That shit hurts, yo. That makes us go and pour the energy into somebody else or do something else or step outside of ourselves. And therefore you miss out on a good thing. If you're not hearing us, and that's a benefit for that person and for you. We got to tune in, tap in. If you're not hearing us, you're not hearing our spirit. See what I'm pointing to? Voice box, it's your throat chakra. You're not hearing us, you're not hearing our spirit, yo. And that means you don't give a damn about our spirit. Or step outside of ourselves. You don't give a damn about our heart. You don't give a damn about our mind, our womb space, but we carry earth. And for many of y'all, we have produced your offspring. You're not hearing us. That shit hurts, yo. That hurts.
Okay, so
and it
example, just a quick example.
What level of woman you dealing with?
Just a quick example.
You know, but communication is key.
Just a quick example. I just had a hard. I just had a hard day at work. I come home.
Want to talk. You know what I mean? We want to talk too. We want to hear you all. We want you all to hear us.
I come home. I just had a hard day.
Really hear it. Don't have it going one ear and out the other.
I can't hear. I can't.
Let it resonate.
Can't hear. Hold on 1 second. I can't hear because y'all both talking at the same time. So I want y'all to zero it in so I can hear.
Go ahead, he can speak.
So go ahead.
He got it.
No, I was just, I just wanted to bring about a scenario. I just came home from work. I'm tired. I've been working all day. You've been at home or you've been at work, but you've been off today and you was talking to your cousins and telling everybody about what's going on. So you done built this up in yourself. So now I get home, I just want to relax. And now you done been out all day and then got yourself fired up with your conversation with your girls and your family or whoever. You come in the door, you ready to talk. I'm ready to relax. I just got home from work. And if you get to start in that woo, and I'm gonna be like, look, I don't feel like talking about that right now. Can we talk about it later?
Mm-hmm.
And if you feel that it's more important, I can't help that. I'm not saying I don't want to talk to you about it, but right now I'm trying to relax. And the last thing I want to do is argue.
And see, I agree with you because I'm not the arguing type either. This is what I want to say, Now, see, I get that because you don't go to somebody with all this stuff when they first come in the door. You are guaranteed going to be blocked out. King. You got to wait. That I can get with. But just saying like, I ain't going to listen. Man, look. You gonna hear some shit, or you gonna get out.
I wouldn't be that dumb to tell you.
Not you. I'm saying like you know what I mean.
I just wouldn't listen.
But I agree. Like don't come and bombard somebody when they first come in the door. That's like what? What the hell going on? Give them a minute. Let them relax. That's the thing. I think for me personally, we don't know how to communicate with each other. We don't know how to communicate. We want to sit up here. When I say we, I'm talking about in general sense. We want to sit up here and say, yeah, I want this person to hear me say this and this person to say this. But when somebody comes to you and really talks, are you truly listening? Or are you thinking about the next thing you want to say? That means your ass ain't listening. I don't give a damn what the fuck. Excuse me. I'm real. Sometimes I cuss, sometimes I don't deal with it. So if this person is talking yakety yak, and they're trying to express their feelings to somebody else, but they're not hearing them because they're thinking about what they're saying and how I'm going to respond to them. You're not hearing. You're not truly listening. You only want to be heard. That's called ego talking. So for me, like this right here can be cleaned up. If we just truly know how to listen, truly know how to pour ourselves, our heart and our soul into our words and mean what we say and walk it like we talk it, then we won't have this many disagreements. If we just walk it like we talk it.
Okay.
But like what I mentioned earlier, my last thing, I'm gonna close it out. Like what was mentioned earlier about the representative, people stop letting them show up. Just be you. If somebody doesn't like that, that's fine. That means that's not for you.
Let's go. I want to
So
go.
even in the communication, even the thing of communication, if someone keeps blocking you out and they don't want to hear you, they're sending you a message anyway.
I want to
Read the nonverbal cues.
I want to let Queen go, then Maseko, and then I want to get to something because I've been holding my mule for like 10 minutes. So I'm gonna let everybody get their stuff out. I'm gonna let you read them comments, and then I'm about to turn the tables just a little bit because we're about to deal with some differences between men and women. Okay, so Queen, I want you to go, Maseko, and then I'm about to come in and I'm about to change the shit up because I'm reading some of these comments and I got some shit to say to some of these comments. And I think my next point is going to open some eyes. And because listen, I'm listening to everybody, and everybody's not wrong in this particular situation. Everybody's not wrong. Go ahead, Queen.
That part.
Hold on. Go ahead, Queen.
I'm gonna go into this. When Note says coming home from a hard day's work and he don't want to talk, the type of person that I am, you hit the door, I'm gonna give you that hour, at least an hour, before I even really talk to you about anything. But if it's something that's bothering me, I'm gonna say to you, and this is something I've noticed men dread the words from women. This word, what I'm about to say, y'all hate to hear this. Baby, we need to talk. When we say that to y'all, it's like y'all ghost. It's like either you ghost, you shut down, whatever. But when we tell you, baby, we need to talk, and now you think, oh Lord, here she go. It's something on our mind. Now you might have that one to say, I want to talk to you, and then she get to ramble about something that happened 10 years ago. But if it's that day that she says, I need to talk to you, I suggest you listen to her. That's all I'm gonna say on that, but I suggest you listen. But those words aren't always bad. We're trying to make it stronger. We want to support you in what you need. We want you to support us in what we need. Somewhere something is not connected. So we're trying to bring that connection back together. But we see that if you don't give us that time that we need, that communication that we need now, and I love Kiara because I'm looking at the responses, and she said it. We don't feel important to you. We're not a priority to you. So then we shut down. You like, what the hell wrong with her?
Can't wait to, I cannot wait to get to my because listen, because
I'm gonna stop right there for you though, Russ.
I need you to, because I want Maseko to get this out, but I'm about to go to some facts, and it's gonna change. I'm serious. This is a fact. And if you think I'm playing, y'all can pull out y'all computers and y'all can Google what I'm about to say. But go ahead, Maseko.
He said Google.
Okay, so before I read these comments, I have two things. One of them is learning the keys of effective communication. So when you talk about first coming home, and when you first come home, you don't really want to talk about stuff. You're not trying to hear anything. You just got home. You're trying to calm down. You're trying to relax. That makes complete and perfect sense. One of the things that I took issue with is you're talking about, oh, well, you done talk to your girlfriends, you done talk to your cousin, your mama, and what's between me and you is between me and you. So whatever it is we need to talk about, we need to work out in our relationship, that's between me and you. I'm not going to my mama. I'm not going to my cousins. I'm not going to my girlfriends, because most of them hoes is single anyway and causing all kinds of chaos and craziness anyway. So I'm not going to go and I'm not going to bring nobody else extra and outside into our situation, into our relationship. But that comes with maturity and learning. I'm not going to my cousins. I'm not going to effective communication. Be whether it's you and your mate, you and your child, you and whoever, that comes back to learning effective communication. So now, somebody said they hear feedback. Okay, so
did you get all through the comments?
No, I'm gearing up to the comments now. Jasmine Coleman says, if I'm steady communicating and you keep ignoring me and I felt like I've done all I can, I'm done talking and I'm done. Keon says, talking about it later is too late. Okay. I'm sorry. Men don't want to communicate till a woman is tired of trying. Y'all know that song, When a Woman's Fed Up. So Queen says exactly. Kimberly says, keep shutting me down. That bitch bag is going to appear in the back seat of my truck again. Keon says, when men don't hear us, it makes us feel unimportant. Because if we actually trying to communicate something to you and you keep continuously shutting us down, then that makes us feel that we're not important to you to begin with. That goes down to your love languages too. Think about that, because you need to know your partners. And Shantae Sims says, I'm so thankful for text messages. LOL, shut me down. I'll text a damn book with a side of cold shoulder till I get that chat. Laughing, but very serious. And at this point, Maestro, I give you the floor because you about to say something. I can see it on your face. Your little jaw is just twitching. You're just going from side to side, and your eyebrows is doing a little thing you do. So go on and hit us with something. Go on. I'm gonna mute myself so we can go on and hear what you got.
We've been hearing a lot from the perspective of women, and I acknowledge everything that is being said. But I'm about to ask you a very important question. On an average basis, how many words does a woman speak a day compared to how many words a man speaks a day? I'll leave it open. I'm bring it up on the screen just in case somebody thinks. And this is from Time Magazine. Do you see that?
Mm-hmm.
Can you read that? It says women speak on an average 20,000 words a day, while men speak on an average 7,000 words a day. Bring it up on the screen just in case somebody. The point I'm trying to push right now is that we operate differently.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing wrong with a man wanting to talk about certain things because that's just his makeup. That's the way he's designed. You feel what I'm saying? Like, and I think that it automatically goes to what a man don't want to, he don't want to listen to. No, it's like you're not looking at my makeup. You're not looking at who you're talking to. You're just talking at me. You're not talking to me.
Mm-hmm.
Because listen, this is a point I wanted to make. You feel what I'm saying? Like, how many times, ladies, have you just been talking randomly around your man about things that they ain't life changing? It might be about your girl. It might be about work. It's like, because I'm telling you, I've dated a woman before. And I used to hate when she would walk in the crib. It had nothing to do with me because I knew that she was about to just go for about 30 minutes talking to somebody at her job about her day. And it was just going to be like every day, nonstop, to the point that I began to say to myself secretly, you know what? It might not be that person that you're talking about every day. Some of this might be you. Every day,
Mm-hmm.
then it might do a little bit. And that's what I started to think. But I didn't say anything. The woman, women like to talk, and this is, I'm not knocking any woman out there that's about to be like, what you mean? Yeah, y'all like to talk. a lot sometimes. I'm not every woman, and I'm gonna kill that out there right now because some women are introverts. But the majority of women talk. That's why y'all girlfriend relationships are different from our buddy, the men's relationship when he hanging out with his guys. Y'all get together and y'all talk all night long. Y'all drink and talk, and we get together, watch the game, bullshit. We might talk about a woman for a little bit here and there. You know what I'm saying? But we not going, we not really engaging. Most men that know each other on a real consistent basis don't even really know the brother that they hang around, because the man is not expressing himself in that way. So it's not just the man ain't talking to the woman. That's just the makeup of the man. He's just not it's not the makeup of a man to just run around and just be talking about everything. Men suppress more than women do. This is a common fact. Men suppress more about their finances, about their relationships, about their living situations. They suppress all that shit. They don't go around talking about all the bad shit that's going on with them. If they do, they talk to like one person, one or two people that they might engage with, where a woman might engage with a few people in one setting. A woman can sit around 10 other women and talk about everything. And it could be some women there that she just met. And that woman that she just met can give her input and talk about it. Men will be around each other and listen to a nigga story and be like, I ain't gonna say nothing, and have their own thought process. And I'm telling you, that's why I know this laughing right now. We have been around each other and heard certain stuff or seen certain things, and we have sort of like, that ain't got nothing to do with me, and had our own thought process, thought this nigga crazy, this woman crazy, whatever the situation that we sitting there listening to, we be like, that's nuts. But we don't say nothing. And we get held against when it comes down to our woman, that we not talking more. We talk to anybody else in our life. And then we have to take into the fact, ladies, no disrespect, y'all talk about a lot of stuff that just don't matter to nothing. And then when y'all ready to talk about something serious, we don't say nothing. Well, God damn, I'm watching the game. I'm just chilling. When it comes down to our woman, I just like Note just said, I just got home. Talk to anybody else. I'm just trying to get in the door. That's my main concern right now. Just forgetting about the rest of the day and just sitting down for 5 minutes, whether it be drinking a beer, smoking a cigarette, smoking a brew, whatever. A man needs some time to himself. That is the way of a man.
Woman.
You know what I'm saying? And yeah, women too, but it's just a little bit more visual with a man. You can see it with the man. You feel what I'm saying? And I think that we get the blunt end of it because it's like, oh, y'all, you not listening. Well, guess what? I done sat here and listened to you talk 20,000 words today, and you at the last 500 of that you want to speak, and now you want to have a serious conversation. Excuse me, I got that confused with the other 15,000 words. Because honestly, some things that we listen to don't mean nothing to us. Sometimes we listen just to appease you. That's a fact. Note, I want to hear that from another man's aspect. Has there ever been a time that you've listened to and say something really wasn't that interested, but you just was like, okay, I gotta listen right now. I gotta, I'm dating her, or she's in a position where I gotta listen to her. If it was anybody else, you wouldn't give a damn about what they were saying. Talk to me. No, unmute yourself. I want to hear what you got to say. I've been talking for a minute.
It's funny that you say that, because that's just how it is. When women, y'all like to talk, y'all like to communicate. And sometimes y'all communicate, like we could be sitting in a room watching a movie. And y'all want to talk about, so y'all find something to talk about. If it ain't shit but the movie. You just, and we sitting there and we, and hey, okay, maybe this is a time I need to pay her some attention. So we communicate about whatever it is you're communicating about. Y'all go on communicating. Lots of times y'all get mad at us because we fall asleep while y'all trying to communicate. Laying in your lap, watching the movie, doing whatever we do. And before you know it, a nigga, and y'all, so that was me then. Me now, because of what I know that I want, I have to adjust to knowing that I have to be more whatever you want to call it, compatible or whatever you want to call it, shit. I have to be more. So now it's like, okay, this is how we gonna set that up. You need to know me, I need to know you. So that there's now, I believe in not going to bed angry. So now, if we have this understanding that you believe, that you know that I'm telling you, I'm big on this. We do not get into bed angry. That's not gonna happen. And I'm adamant about that. Because you go to bed angry, you wake up angry. So no, we're not gonna do that. So if you know this and I'm simply saying, babe, I don't feel like talking about this right now. But you perceive this goes to, now, what about the man in the relationship? We instantly don't want to listen to y'all, don't want to talk to y'all, don't want to do this. But if you remember what I just told you, we don't go to bed angry. So we gonna talk about it, trust me, before I go to bed. That's why we get to know each other. So now, if you can't respect that, and in your ego or pride or whatever, and having to have the last word, having to do this or whatever it may be, you keep pushing the issue. Now, I may not argue with you, but you're gonna best believe I'm gonna sit there, I'm gonna let you do all the talking in the world. I might hit you with a yep, okay, I feel you. But you can best believe you will not get no complete answers out of me, because I just told you that I don't want to talk about it right now. Why is it a must that we talk about it at this moment? Why can't we get 5, 10, 15 minutes to mentally get myself ready for whatever the conversation is? And Kim, that goes to what you said when you was like, whenever we hear those words, we need to talk. Because y'all want to talk right then and there. Sometimes a nigga need time to prepare for some of the shit y'all be on. I got to get myself mentally prepared to have this conversation, so that if it goes this way, I can know that, okay, if it's an opportunity it could go this way, it's an opportunity it could go this way. Let me get myself together so I don't misjudge this. This is me, because I know how I am now. I'm not going to just let you talk to me any kind of way, do the same way. I'm not going to do that to you. If you tell me you want to talk about it later, why would I keep pushing the issue to you to try to make you talk to me if you don't want? That's insane. That's absolutely nuts to me. No matter if the female or the male, where is the respect of somebody else's wishes in the relationship? But y'all not communicating, therefore you weren't communicating in the relationship in the beginning. That's why you have these issues, because you don't know the person you getting to know. I don't go to bed angry. So if I tell you, give me a minute, just give me a minute. You might just turn your head and I might say, okay, I'm ready now. Because you're right. When y'all give that word, let's talk. We need to talk. A nigga automatically trying to think, what did I do? Did I come in the house on time last week? Damn, did I forget to put gas in the car? Because let's not get it twisted. We've all been in relationships. Well, I know as a man, I have been in relationships where when those words are uttered, it's never a good conversation. So forgive me for being affected by the relationships that I've been in, the way I'm supposed to accept the relationships y'all been through, that makes y'all talk about men the way y'all do, because all men aren't like that.
And all women aren't like that.
That's my point, but that's my point. It has nothing to do with man or woman. It has the respect to do it with human beings and people, and respecting each other as human beings. Once you start putting gender into it, people make shit, it's funny. Like, a woman is supposed to get any less of respect because she's a woman. No, you're a human being. You deserve the same respect that the next man, next woman, next whoever, all should get the same. That's the problem. People try to place certain things and make it gender specific. Like, you should, oh, if you say you want to talk, you being a man, you supposed to listen. But no, you can say what you want to say. You don't have to listen to me, but I have to listen to you. Nah, that's bullshit. The same way you want me to listen to you, respect the fact that I just don't want to do it right now. That's all I'm saying. I don't go to bed angry. So respect the fact that I don't want to speak on it right now.
Seiko, talk to me. I see you got the face, and I see we got a couple comments. Unmute yourself, please.
I did. So we can come to you and be like, okay, so we've given you this hour. We've given you 2 hours since you've been home. We need to have a conversation. I don't want to talk about it right now. You wanted those 2 hours when you came home. I didn't hit you when you first walked in the door. I let you come in. I done let you get you something to eat. I done fixed you a drink because I'm a bartender. So I'm going to fix you a cocktail, or I'm going to fix you a beer, or whatever it is. Okay, you good? Okay. We need to talk. If a woman is coming to you and saying, we need to talk, it doesn't necessarily have to be earth-shattering. There's just that a conversation needs to be had. So you're telling me that me saying to you that we need to have this conversation, no? Not till you get good and damn ready. And because we have now said we need to talk, we need to have this conversation, you're going to run all the way around the mulberry bush and do everything in the world. So we ain't got to have this conversation. And if that is your pattern, and if that is what someone is used to you doing, they're just supposed to accept that, okay, he's not going to go to bed angry. So if it is known that he goes to bed after I do, we just not going to have this conversation.
See,
you're going to avoid the conversation. I'm just curious. Anyway, so these comments.
Hold on one second, because I want to stay right here. I got one question for the entire panel. What is the problem with learning the person that you're with? Like, might be something. Whoa. It might be something that a man might want to say to his woman that he might have to judge the timing of when he's going to bring it to her. You know what I'm saying? I think this is the issue that I'm having with the conversation right now. I think it's getting stuck on, if I say I'm gonna talk to you later, what time we gonna talk? I don't want that to be the conversation. I'm more concerned about, like, can there be a compromise on any level where you get to know the person that you're with and you learn to judge stuff a little bit more accordingly than just doing what you have already been doing that has not worked already? Because I guess all the other relationships that you have been in prior to the relationship that you are in now have not worked. And if the men have not listened to you, and if your approach, maybe it's just the timing. I'm not saying, do it at this particular time, but like, if you know that you want to talk to your husband or your mate and you thinking about it at 9 o'clock in the morning, it might be wise to send a text out saying, yo, I want to talk to you tonight. So this man is already prepared to
I do that.
conversation with you when you walk into the door. You feel what I'm saying? Or
Was that not what we were doing?
maybe I'm misunderstanding the conversation.
Yeah, I didn't catch that part.
In two different.
Okay, well,
I want to talk to you tonight. Go ahead.
sorry.
They wasn't listening.
Okay, so maybe that is where there's that, again, we talk about the open communication and the effective communication. Because if I'm thinking about something, and yes, there is an issue, and it hits me at 9 o'clock in the morning. First of all, if something is hitting me at 9 o'clock in the morning, it's hitting me mid coffee, which means something's fucked up. I'm just saying. So excuse my French, but that means something's real messed up, because if it's hitting me mid coffee, that my brain has been brewing on that all night long. That's never a good thing. But I'm going to send that text message. That's what you're saying. I'm going to send the text message. We need to talk when we get home like that. Like, we need to have a conversation tonight, because it's some stuff we might need to talk about.
See, that's my whole point.
Personally, I'm even going to go so far as to say we need to talk about ABC XYZ, because that's who I am. Okay, I don't want to have a whole text message conversation about it all day long.
I'm gonna tell you
what we
why
need
I
to talk about
probably
later.
missed it.
This is,
I know why I probably missed it, because at the point when you said, since y'all think we don't be listening, which I did stop listening after you said this, because then you were no longer talking. Then you were no longer talking to me. No, listen, you said, if I come to you if I let you come in the door and I give you 2 hours and let you relax and do this, and then I come to you and you still talking about some woo woo, that's where I stopped listening, because that's not me. So that doesn't pertain to me. So I had no need to listen to that, because that wouldn't be an argument me and you would have.
okay.
Because if you gave me 2 hours and you came back to conversate with me, it's time for us to have the conversation.
I'm not one of those folks. Right. Okay.
So therefore, that didn't.
I'm not one of those folks. I'm not going to blindside you. Like, I'm not going to just. But again, that goes back to, I'm going to tell you, I learned effective communication, and I will drop that as one of the things that I personally had to learn. So in learning that, I know that I'm going to say to you at some point in time during the course of the day, hey, we need to have a conversation about ABC XYZ. I'm not just going to leave it up in the air.
Hey man, I think
we need to have a
the
conversation.
narrative on me, man, because I promise I don't remember us talking about, no, y'all already gave us time. I brought that to the table. So what I'm saying is now y'all saying that y'all did that, and that wasn't never said, because I brought it to the table.
And you know what?
When I said we need to talk, I didn't say I was standing in your face saying it. Now, some people will tell you right then and there, I need to talk to you. You don't want to talk right then. That's different. But I'm going to say like Maseko, if during the day, something come across my mind, yeah, I might shoot you a text, even call you on the phone. Hey, babe, we need to talk. But again, even saying that, well, my point was, when we say that to y'all, it's like y'all scatter, like roaches turning on lights. Y'all out of there. You ain't coming home until we damn near in the bed. Y'all not coming home. Y'all find everything in the world to do. Because you think, you said you thinking like, what did I do? Did I leave the toilet seat up? Did I do this? You know, and Maseko gave a good thing, saying that she's going to give you a heads up as to what it is. Now, I might not tell you what it is, but you should know, because we've had some type of disagreement on something. You should know what I'm upset about. Now, when Russ said get to know a person, well, depending on where this relationship is that he's talking about, you should know that person. Because if you get in a relationship with me, I'm gonna tell you out the gate, I'm a talker. And then when you said no, we talk about no, I'm gonna tell you, not no. Russ said we talk about 20,000 words a day. Yes, we are social. That we are. And then you said y'all listen to stuff that y'all don't want to listen to. Y'all come home and say stuff to us, and we don't. Y'all could be talking about a damn motorcycle, the bearings on the motorcycle, the transmission. I don't know what the hell all that is. But we listen.
That proves my point, though. That proves
But we listen.
both sides say shit that the other one don't want to hear sometimes.
I mean, but that's part of a relationship. That give and take.
Absolutely.
That sometimes you make that sacrifice for that relationship. And then two, what are you willing to give?
Just try to believe. I feel y'all. If a motherfucker don't want to listen to you, that's just like some of the most disrespectful shit ever. So what I'm saying is, I would not purposely just tune your feelings out. No. What I'm saying is,
Please don't.
in the course of our relationship, we gonna get to know each other. I'm gonna give you things that you would know if I said, babe, can we please just talk about this later? I really don't want. You're gonna be like, you're gonna know, you're gonna be like, oh, okay, yeah, he really must something. Because it's not very often that I'm gonna say that. Normally I could talk about anything because I don't give a fuck. If you don't like what it is, you just don't like it. If I don't like what you got to say, I just don't like it. I'm gonna either deal with it or I ain't. You know, need making a big deal out of it.
No, but no, that's actually a good thing that you do that, because it keeps down confusion and unnecessary fussing. It keeps that down. Because if you're not ready,
Absolutely.
then that female shouldn't be pushing for you to talk. Because now somebody gonna say something out of anger that probably shouldn't have been said in the first place. But that is a good thing to do.
But
Okay.
this is
So-
a new me though. This ain't always been me.
Oh,
This
you
is
know,
something that I had to grow into, learning into, adapting to in my late 40s when this dating shit is just so crazy now.
oof.
So it's
Okay.
like, yeah.
So this Keong says men constantly want us to listen to them, and we do. But when we want to talk, it has to be a problem. And a lot of the time, it's no problem. We just want our feelings to be heard. Jasmine Coleman said, it's nothing wrong with learning your partner. We've been together for years. You should know me by now. Now, even in saying you should know me by now, I'm like I said, I'm one of those people. And those who have been in relationships with me will know. I might send you a text message and be like, hey, we're going to have a conversation a little later. And, we need to talk about ABC, XYZ, because that's who I am.
And again, say that comment again. Say what she said again.
It's nothing wrong with learning your partner. If we've been together for years, you should know me by now. I'm just
Ooh,
saying.
yes.
Okay, I'm gonna say this. That makes sense if you have been together for years. If
Right.
I've been with somebody for years, that does not make sense at all, because you don't know that about a person. And like I'm telling you, like, listen, y'all about to say this is far off the wall. Okay, I'm gonna say, but then,
Do that again.
listen, there are people that have been married to people for years and have found out something about that person and was like, I don't know this motherfucker at all.
I did that when I was married.
But I'm saying, like, that I'm speaking.
Yeah.
I'm speaking to the comment though. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
So and this is the other side of that. People change.
Constantly.
What I meet at, like, say for instance, I meet somebody at, in like I said, in my 20s and my 30s, and I'm more talkative. I'm speaking to then in 40, I'm less talkative. It's like what you got to say? Like, is it business? Is it some money behind it? Is it something, like, I don't want no depressing shit around me. I don't, like, what is it? That's how I am. I'm not wrong because I live like that, and that's how I am. So mate that I need a mate that can look at that and say, oh, ain't nothing wrong with him. That's just the way he is.
Don't nobody bring me no bad news.
Listen, okay, how crazy is that? That is exactly what I was saying.
And I'll be all good.
And if I do have a woman that I decide to be with, listen to what I'm saying, that I decide to be with, or a woman gets with a man that she, and she decides to be with this man, she has to understand and recognize the differences in that man. The way that he was built differently all of these years before he met you. You cannot expect this person to change just because of you. Like I mean, like, I ain't saying some people ain't worth changing for, but you gotta be, it's gotta be something on the table. Like, I don't have a problem with talking to my buddies and be like, this motherfucker's good to me. They good to me. They make me feel like, guess what? You can be talking and you still not make me feel that way. So if you don't make me feel that way, why I want to hear you just rumbling and talking, and it ain't got nothing to do with me anyway. I'm not talking about the important stuff now. Now, the important stuff, yeah, we got to talk about it. But we also got to deal with each other. Like, I just can't come in the crib one day and then just, decide that I want to just throw everything on you and you doing something different. And it ain't got nothing to do with me. You taking care of the kids, or you getting ready to go somewhere, or you just got off work and you just trying to sit down and chill because you done had a crazy day at work and you about to kill somebody. You feel what I'm saying? Like, there has to be an understanding, not just the fact that you want to talk. Real talk. Like, you think about, like, it's bigger than the fact of I'm with you, or I like you, or I'm about to, excuse my French, the fact that I lay down and fuck you every once in a while and we suck and fuck on each other. It's deeper than that when it comes down to us talking. You gotta understand me. Real talk. And I can't take on all of the blunt shit that has happened to you in your past, and you bringing that on to me and talking about ain't nobody ever listened to me. Well, guess what? I don't even know you that well. And the stuff, the way you're coming at me, making me not want to listen to you.
See why, motherfucker?
You're making me not want to listen to you. Like, you feel what I'm saying? And listen, in any conversation that you want to have with anybody, you should at least come to them in a way that makes them want to engage in conversation with you back. That's why I believe most men have a problem with, we got to talk later. Most men, the response is, what? Tell me now.
Right.
What
Okay.
What is it?
You just said, tell me now.
Mm-hmm.
So if I unleash on you now, then you start hollering, oh, I don't want to talk about that now. See, that's where you got to be careful with that. Because if I say,
but see what you just said,
like,
if I unleash,
but see,
I mean, I'm not even saying necessarily arguing with you, but whatever I'm talking about, if it's to a level that you don't want to talk about.
Yeah, but see,
If
like,
it's on a level you don't want to talk about, then you start that, can we talk about it later? Now you're shutting me down, but yet you just asked me, tell me what it is.
see, now, let's get something straight.
see, that's where I get lost, because that's not me.
Every man don't operate that way.
Right, that's not me. Shit.
Asking you, like, because guess what? If I feel like I gotta ask you what's up, I already feel some type of way about the conversation anyway. We might as well get dead into it. Now, if it's now, guess what? I do have a right to be like, I'm out of this conversation if you just come into me with some bull. You feel what I'm saying? If it don't even make sense, if you just shooting some rhetoric, because guess what? Some folks talk and they ain't talking about shit. And let's keep it real. Men and women are about shit that don't mean shit to nobody else but them. So I shouldn't have to go through nothing personal or change the way I feel because you going through a momentary lapse of judgment right now, and you can't be reasonable in a conversation anyway. I have a right to walk away from that conversation because I'm not gonna sit there like, guess what? You got kids. If your kid's sitting there lying or just bullshitting or talking to you, what you gonna say? Stop talking to me.
Fuck out my face.
Get out my face. Stop talking to me. So what makes it
Knock the shit out of them for lying.
now? Thank you. Now, if it
I know
comes,
you lying.
say,
You better not put your hands on me.
Your lips gonna beat you to the hospital.
if you're talking to me about a serious conversation about finances, or you're talking about you want to make a decision about our life, or you want to go to school or something, and you want to talk to me, and this is a conversation we need to have. All right, I got you. But if you
And see, Russ, that's what I was about. That's what I wanted to touch on. What you just was talking about. There's not really too much shit we should have to argue about.
but see, like, this is the thing. A lot there has to be a distinction in what kind of conversation we having in the first place.
Right.
Okay, let me say this. I don't want y'all to think that every time when I mention talking to y'all or having a conversation that it's an argument. No. If we say, I need to talk to you, chances are we're trying to tell you something that we're feeling. It's not that it's an argument. Now, if it leads into an argument, that's because of something y'all said in between there, some type of dialogue that was misunderstood. No, but if we say, I need to talk to you, it's something that's bothering us. It could be something with finance. It could be, I don't know what the situation is at the time, but it's something that is bothering us that we want to talk to you about. It could be, we might even ask you something bothering us that we need your guidance on. Mm-hmm. We're trying to give you that, I can't say it that way, but that positioning in some situations.
I have not once said that you cannot say that you want to talk to me. See, like, see, this is the conversation with this is.
You keep saying we arguing.
No,
We just said tell us what the conversation about.
Listen. This is the discommunication in our communication, because I have said several times, like, if you want to talk to me, say you. I have not. I'm not sitting up here arguing the fact that, like, this is the difference. Note said, I don't want to talk. Rush ain't said that. Rush has said, if you want to talk to me, bring it to me in a certain way. If it's something that's important and you thinking about it at 9 o'clock in the day, tell me about it. Send me a text at 9:30 and say, listen, we need to talk tonight. That's all the text got to say. Because guess what? I'm not going to automatically be like, what's wrong? What if my first response is, are you okay? Are you okay? Like, see, like the communication and where you thinking it is going to go. And the same thing that men, we sometimes think it's going to go in another direction, and it's not going, it's not going to be as bad as we think it is because of the communication. Sometimes maybe it needs to be said a different way. Are you okay? Maybe the way that you have been saying it for 20 years, yo, we need to talk. Maybe that ain't the way that you need to say it. Maybe it needs to be, yo, what you doing later? Find out what he doing. He say, shit, I ain't doing nothing. What you doing about 6 o'clock? I want to come through and holler at you. Okay. But we need to talk. The first thing about we need to talk is for a man is about what? Think about.
So therefore, those words make y'all jump defensive.
I mean, because 9 times out of 10, it's like we need to talk. And it's like we need to talk. You run us through a gauntlet. And now we like the time that we trying to figure out what you talking about. And we'll talk later. No, we ain't got to talk. Now you making it extra. You feel what I'm saying? Like, that's,
are we making it extra or are you making it extra?
No. If you come to me and say we need to talk, and my response to you is about what? You run us through a gauntlet. How was my response wrong? Now we like the time that we trying to figure out what you talking about. What if my original response was, I don't feel like talking? Now you making it extra. You feel what I'm saying?
Okay.
It'd been the first response, but my response is about what? You just came at me with a blanket statement, said we need to talk about what? What is wrong with a man asking you about what?
Nothing. And if we tell you about what, then what?
Then we deal with it. Then it goes to the conversation, like I said earlier. If it's something that I feel like you're just coming to, like it's a conversation that really ain't got no merit, and you're just talking to me about nothing, and you just shooting off, or you coming at me with a wrong thought process, I have a right to be like, I ain't about to deal with this.
Russ, me and you about to argue
Bring it to me.
because
Wait.
hold on, because your statement right there. If you coming to me with the wrong thought process or you shooting off about nothing, if I come to you and say to you, I want to talk to you, whatever I'm saying, it means something to me. And if you are my man, I want you to validate my feelings. Right there, you're shutting me out, you're shutting me down, and I don't matter, and what I feel don't matter. So now we agree have a problem.
And let me ask you a question. Now, what if you bring a conversation to me and I naturally do not agree with you?
Then that's your opinion. You have a right to disagree.
Because it's the same thing. Because guess what? Because 9 times out of 10, when a man tells a woman that he don't agree with her, the next thing is, nigga, fuck you. You don't understand me. You don't want to. Because now we ain't on your team. Now you hollering like we ain't on your team. We just don't agree with you.
That's the caliber of woman you deal with.
No, it can be. No.
Anyway, with the
That's the
caliber
caliber of
of
woman
you
you deal with. 'Cause
with.
my man can tell me he don't agree with me.
Talking about the caliber of woman I'm dealing with, but listen to what I said. You can come to me about something and I could have a different opinion about it. That don't mean that's the type of woman I'm dealing with. That means I have a different thought process than you do.
Okay, but how can you tell me my process is wrong?
If I feel it's wrong, I feel it's wrong. Like if you ask me like question, like prime example, a woman can come to a man and say, I want to ask you about this. They want to ask you about something at work. They might want to ask you about a friend or something, or bring up a whole situation. They ain't got nothing to do with me, but they breaking the situation down to me. My response could be like, well, I agree with the person that you like you beefing with, because that's my opinion. I'm listening. I'm listening to you. Listen. Guess what? Because the problem was that men don't listen. I'm listening to you. So my thought process while I'm listening to you is I disagree.
Okay, and you telling me that I was wrong in that situation, and I might come to you and say, hey, Russ, was I wrong for, and give you that scenario, and you say, yep, you was wrong for it. I have to accept that part of it. But what you said, it wasn't that. You were saying, I come to you rambling on about whatever, my thought process is wrong. Now, again, you have a right to think the way you want to think, but what you doing that, you're invalidating my feelings.
I think that's
because you know me, you gonna go back and forth with this.
Just read the comments.
Listen, I think that is a way that people have to look at stuff. Like we too busy. The show is called Real Talk. We're talking about relationships. 9 times out of 10, people get into relationships with bullshit. The person don't even really know you. You feel what I'm saying? Like that goes to our conversation that we started off with, meeting that representative. Okay, if there are a lot of people that date each other that don't agree with each other, and I mean like real shit. But their relationship is cool. They understand the fact and they respect the fact that they have 2 different opinions. That's a
bunch of damn arguing.
Just because I date you does not mean I have to agree with you, because guess what? I'm not going to agree with you just in our relationship on everything.
We're not going to always agree. True.
Come on, Maseko. It's 9 o'clock. Get ready to wrap up these comments. I'm sorry we ran this a little long. We getting ready to end the show.
Okay, so like I had to. Y'all was killing me for a second because it was good stuff though. So one comment was, I don't understand this. If 2 people have this much difficulty in communicating, then damn it, go see a therapist or stay away from one another. That was one set of comments. So the other set of comments was, I think that's the difference between my random babbling. Okay, wait a minute, because now I done got them all discombobulated. They're in the wrong order. Okay, so that was one set of comments. So Kai Young said that I try to talk until I start to shut down and stop communicating altogether. The nonverbal is the confirmation you need. Demetra says the lack of communication happens in all relationships: male, female, 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 male, male. Okay, so Kim says, then why do we get silent? Get the silent. What's wrong with her? She won't talk to me. She doesn't communicate. When we shut down, I guess is what her point is. Jasmine says, why y'all always putting off what's important to us? Men constantly put us off. I'm starting to think it's an excuse. Then when we are hostile, y'all say we are crazy. We give days and still get put off. Kim said, no, Shantae says, I think that is the difference between my random babbling and we need to talk. I don't care how many words I've used that day. That's when you talk about how many words the woman has used in the course of a day. I'm starting to think. Kai Young says, men constantly want us to listen to them, and we do. But when we want to talk, it has to be a problem. And a lot of the time, it's no problem. We just want our feelings heard. Jasmine says, it's nothing wrong with learning your partner. If we've been together for years now, you should know me by now. I'm just saying, I remember that. Shantae says, I drop we need to talk, my guy. So it's making time immediately. So I make sure when I drop those words, we are both ready. And I guess that goes back to the whole, we may not be ready for you to give us that information right now. And she says, but I understand all folks don't work like this. Monica Odom says, hey, Rush has his own little fan club. Jasmine says, I agree. It may not be important to you, but it could be very important to me. Kim said, God, it feels good to be single. Kai Young says, agree. What you might think is important to you, it might not be important to him. Jasmine says, I agree. It may not be important.
We got one more.
And then somebody else said we get a lot of feedback.
You see Shantae Sims got a comment after that?
After that?
Yep.
There's a level of there's a level respect. I think she meant to say a level of respect that should be regardless. We may not always agree, but to just shut someone out or down because of a disagreement, can we talk about it? Why we each feel the way we feel without being disrespectful. I'm just gonna say this. I'm gonna get ready to wrap the show up because we got to get ready.
Oh, she says, can we talk about why we each feel the way we feel without being disrespectful?
We could talk about it next week because we got to get ready.
No,
We got to wrap up the show. We have to wrap up the show. I got to go somewhere. I gotta go.
Okay. You said you gotta go. Okay.
Jesus Christ, that's Jesus. Hey, listen,
you're not listening to me. I'm trying to communicate with you. You're not listening to me.
See, he ain't listening. See that note?
I didn't work all trying not to curse, and then you get me to the last 30 seconds of the show and get me on a cussing frenzy because I can already cuss because I heard you cuss today. So Jesus, woman,
what, me?
Yeah, nigga.
What, me?
Hey, yo, we appreciate everybody that tuned into the show today. We hope that we catch y'all in here next week. Next week's topic is going to be I'm the youngest, and I'm expected to take care of my elderly parents' needs while my other siblings make criticisms. That's going to be sort of deep. It's going to be.
I'm the oldest and still live with that.
Going to talk about some family rivalries next week. So shout out to everybody that tuned into the show. We appreciate you. We appreciate Shantae, Keon, I believe it's Jasmine, Kimberly, my girl Monica Odom, aka Panic, Shantae Sims,
Molly.
Molly, Devin.
Triplet.
Okay, I'm sure names, but okay, bless y'all. Nigga. Thank everybody that tuned into the show and everybody.
Libra Nation.
Was at the bottom of the screen because they the reason that y'all didn't get talked about today. Thank y'all, Jesus. Good night. Black. Ain't nothing.
Libra's up.